Hey guys, it's Jake here with eTrailer. Today we have a 2014 Toyota Sienna. We're going to be taking a look at, and I'm going to show you how to install the Tork Lift Eco Hitch. This is going to be a 2" by 2" hitch receiver tube, which is the most common hitch receiver tube out there on the market. That is going to give you lots of different options for accessories like bike racks and cargo carriers. The particular owner of this vehicle is using it with a Yakima RidgeBack Bike Rack, so he can take his family's bikes to and from the trail without having to worry about stuffing them in the back of the car. If you're wanting to use this to put a ball mount in the back, lots of people like towing with Toyota Siennas. We have lots of other upgrades you can put on your car, whether it be rear suspension enhancement or a transmission cooler, stuff like that. You would need to get 4-pole wiring to go with this hitch to be able to properly tow a trailer. Our hitch will have a standard 5/8" hitch pin hole that is not abnormal to have on a 2" hitch receiver. It's going to accept a 5/8" hitch pin and clip or a 5/8" locking hitch pin. The hitch receiver does not come with one of those pins, so if you're getting an accessory like the owner of this vehicle is, it comes with one. So just be sure you either pick one up or get an accessory that comes with one. Your safety chain loops here are kind of a unique design, but still more than large enough to be able to fit your S-hook style safety chains or your clevis style. The clevis style can't really swivel too bad or too much, but you should be able to have no problems hooking up to your trailer. Now some measurements for you guys so you know how it's going to fit on your Sienna. From the ground to the center of or to the top of our inside of receiver tube is just a little under 12 inches. That's close enough to that point where I would recommend looking for an accessory with a rise in the shank, or like if you're getting a bike rack, maybe go with a hanging style bike rack. Those would typically get your bikes pretty high off the ground. You don't have to worry about them dragging. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost part of the bumper is actually, this hitch receiver tube is about perfectly flush, but for that measurement, it's going to be about 2.5 inches. You want to use that measurement when it comes to picking out an accessory off our website. On the website page that you're looking at, if you're looking at for a cargo carrier or a bike rack, they'll have a measurement on there that says from the center of the hitch pin hole on the accessory to the closest part of the accessory when it's folded out or up. All those measurements should be on there. That'll help you decide, use that 2.5 inch measurement, and that'll help you decide whether or not that accessory is going to fit on your Sienna before you have to make a decision. Now when it comes to weight capacities of this hitch, you're going to have a max tongue weight capacity of 525 pounds and a max gross trailer weight capacity of 3,500 pounds. The tongue weight capacity you want to really look into when you're hauling accessories or towing a trailer. That's going to be the downward pressure on the inside of the tube and what the tube is designed to handle for that downward force. And then the trailer is going to be the straight line pull for you towing that trailer behind your Sienna. You will want to check in the owner's manual of your Sienna to see what it is rated to tow or handle for as far as weight on the back end of it. Go with those, and you want to go with the lowest number between the vehicle and the hitch. If the hitch is higher than that, you want to go with the vehicle. One thing I would recommend is, like I said earlier, you can get some vehicle rear end suspension enhancements. We've had a couple of fellas here at eTrailer that are actually installers. They both drive Toyota Siennas, and they both have a set of airbags on the inside of their springs, and they love them. So, but keep in mind that doesn't increase the weight capacity of your van. It just makes it more comfortable to tow. Now, as far as the installation goes, this install is just a little bit more involved than the other hitches available for the Sienna, and that is only because the way that Tork Lift has this mounted and the way that the cross tube is hidden under here. A lot of those other hitches that are available for the Sienna will have a big cross tube that's exposed at the bottom, and I personally don't like the looks of those. This one, the only thing you're going to see is the hitch receiver tube and the safety chain loop. So for me, basically the biggest difference is for those, you're not going to have to take the rear bumper off the car, and for this one you will have to. So it's really not a big deal for me. It's definitely something you could do at home. The only difference in the way that it mounts is that the center tube here up top, there's going to be 2 support brackets. That's really all the difference that it is, but you're going to have that hidden cross tube design, and I highly recommend going with this hitch. If you don't feel comfortable doing this install after watching me do it, please feel free to use our dealer locator and find a dealer near you that we've confirmed can do this install for you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at it. To begin our installation, we're going to need to remove this lower panel off the bottom of our van. There's going to be a series of 10mm head screws here on the bottom towards the back, and then there's going to be some white head pushpin fasteners we'll have to pop out with a flathead screwdriver. We'll start with those screws first. To get these pushpin fasteners out, what you do is you want to take that flathead screwdriver, pop out the center, just like that, and then you'll pop out the base. We do have a few of these underneath here. It just like has a little plus sign on it. What we can do is we want to twist it and pull down on this panel at the same time. And what it is it's just a push fitting. Slides over this threaded stud here. Depending on what shape the vehicle is in underneath, it might actually unthread. For ours, it didn't really want to do that, so we just twisted it and pulled it down. We'll do that to, it looks like we had 4 on the bottom here. We did it to the other 2. Now we just did the last one. Now we'll take this panel and just set it aside. Now grab a 10mm socket in each of our wheel wells. We're just going to take these 2 screws out, one here, because we're going to get ready to take our rear fascia off of our vehicle. Next, behind our rear hatch, we're going to have to take a 10mm head screw out and a Phillips head. Just going to pop that out, and we'll switch over, get that Phillips head taken out here. Now with an extra set of hands, we've got Bruce helping us out here. We're going to start peeling back the fascia on the side here, and you just have to pop these loose. Sometimes they can give you a little bit of trouble, but just peel back here, and this should peel right off the side. And once we get it back here, you get both sides all done, we'll just set this in a safe place. Next, we're going to be lowering our exhaust. We're just going to shoot the ends of our exhaust hanger here with some silicone spray. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this hanger, and then there's going to be, I believe, 1 more up here. Yep, there's 1 here and 1 on the other side of the muffler. So we're going to get all 3 of those dropped down. You want to be sure to put a strap under the exhaust so it doesn't fall down or extend too far and damage something. Now what you can do in order to get these off is once you spray them down, you can use a pry bar to try to pry them off. At the time of this video, this car is 10 years old already, so we're using this exhaust hanger removal tool, which works wonders. It pops them right out. You can usually get these from your local auto parts store. They really, really help. Basically what they do is this side will go on the opposite side of the rubber bumper, and then this little finger here is designed to push on the end of that peg, and it pops it right off. And once we've got our stickers pulled off of our frame rails, what we can do is grab an extra set of hands. We've got Aiden here to help, and we'll lift this up, line it up with the holes. We might have to go around our little tabs here, pull those back down. We just bend them up a little bit. We'll go over top of them, and then go. Lift it up into place, and then the hardware combo that you're going to use will be a lock washer first and then 2 flat washers. Get those started up into the threaded holes. Once you've got 1 bolt on each side holding the hitch up in place, you can take that same combination of hardware and put 2 more bolts on each side of our vehicle. Then you can take a 19mm socket and get all your hardware snugged down. Now something that's a little unique to this particular hitch receiver, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever seen it on any other one, but you're going to have these bumper core supports that will attach to the sides. You'll have these 4 holes in the side of your receiver tube up here. There's a little slot in the back side of this bumper beam. What we're going to do is take this piece. You want to make sure you've got it on the respective side. So this side will look like this. The other side, this tab is going to be on that side. We'll take this, slide it up, slide this tab into that slot, And then we'll take a bolt with a lock washer, flat washer, and then on the other side, we're going to follow it with a flange nut. Once we've got all of our hardware in place, we're going to take a torque wrench and torque these down to the specifications and the instructions. You want to be sure to do these underneath and the ones that we just put on the side of our hitch. Now what we need to do is we re-soaked all our hangers on our exhaust hangers. We're going to put our exhaust back up, and then we'll get our fascia back on and get ready to trim this lower panel. Now with our lower panel all mocked up, we got to trim out. You're going to have these two holes that our screws go through. We're going to be trimming out this little section. You want to go, it says on the instructions 3 inches up and 4 inches wide, but on the picture it shows that you're going to come up 3 inches and then this whole width. So that's what we're going with. We're just going to take a razor blade and go straight down here. And then come straight out the side. Well guys, once you get everything tightened up and you get that panel back in place, that's going to do it for the installation. Hopefully this video helped you decide whether or not the Tork Lift Eco Hitch is right for you and your 2014 Toyota Sienna.